has been issued.
All right, we have a confirmed tornado on the ground in Texas.
This is an urgent alert. A tornado is on the ground. Seek shelter immediately.
So they have issued a new tornado warning on this. Again, it is still a confirmed tornado in Texas. That's northeast of Turkey. So if you're in this warning, again, seek shelter away from windows, lowest floor possible. That's going to be going towards Esteline, Texas, down the road. Relatively rural areas between Turkey and as well as Esteline, south of Lakeview. So once again, relatively rural. With that being said, if you are in the tornado warning, the pink polygon, you need to make sure that you are seeking shelter immediately and away from windows and on the lowest floor possible and in an interior room of your home or building. This includes a population of 35 people, so good thing it's, again, very rural parts of Texas. With that said, again, that tornado that's on the ground will be right here. It looks like we actually may have even had a large tornado there briefly. It has gone kind of stationary and almost occluding again, which, again, very interesting. We've had a lot of tornadoes like this in the last 24 hours. This is another one of those situations where it's barely moving. It's almost moving backwards. So, but once again, another tornado here. Again, it may have occluded already, but that would be your tornado if it is still on the ground. It's going to be right there on Highway 86. Moving to the northeast, eventually going towards Esteline, Lakeview, and the south side of Memphis, Texas, in the Texas Panhandle. More drunk tornadoes. This has been a drunk tornado outbreak at this point. We've had a lot of tornadoes like this. This one I would say is a little bit more, well, I wouldn't say it's normal, but you know, when we have very limited storm motion like we do today, you know, there's really not much that's going to steer these storms. And so tornadoes, again, don't really move much in this sort of environment. If you ever hop over to Google Earth and see what's in the storm track, I am hoping to add that with our new computer. Once we get, again, 6 monitors and whatnot, I'm hoping that I can be able to do more stuff like that, and so my CPU can handle more. This CPU is struggling to handle even just a live feed on streams, so once again, once we have that in place, 100%, I'm going to do that a lot more. I can't do it with the CPU. It's just not able to handle it. It's struggling recently. I've overused it in the last month. We were live, by the way, in April for a total of 125 hours, I believe. So, just for the record, we were live almost 40 hours a week last month. That does not include all the stream prep and stuff, so. Alright, if there's still a tornado, it's right here near Highway 86, but I do think this is occluded. We kind of have 2 areas here, but I do think the tornado has occluded here. We had a very large circulation there. It's kind of broadened out over the last few minutes. Feels like I've been live for 2 weeks. I pretty much have. The only day off that we've had this week was Monday. We've been live. We were live Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday was off. Tuesday, Wednesday, and probably tomorrow again. So Thursday we're gonna be probably live again tomorrow. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Once again, if this is a tornado that's still on the ground, it's going to be in one of those 2 black circles that I drew. I do think it has occluded at this point. But the main concern right now here, again, is going to be that chance for a tornado that is potentially still on the ground. And then we do have that tornado warning in Kansas, and I'm still watching that too on my phone right now. We have a line of storms going towards St. Louis, for those wondering. The main concern is just gusty winds and lightning. South of Gove, Kansas, on that other tornado warning, that rotation is still pretty broad. It hasn't really intensified over the last few minutes. But still stay in your safe place if you're one of the 72 people or whatever the number was in that warning. Me explaining DVD-sized hail to my 21-year-old son? At least I know what a DVD is. Oh, Connor's ending a stream, so we're not gonna have Connor anymore, but we do have live cams and all that sort of stuff still. We got one in Quanah. We still got one in Fort Madison, I think, or that might be somewhere else. But I gotta fix the Fort Madison one. Connor's going to bed. He's losing his voice. he's been sick here for a while. So at least we don't have to deal with the video issue anymore, because I've had a lot of that issues. But virtual rail fans have been fine. All right. Once again, if you're just tuning in, we still do have a tornado that is possibly still on the ground. If not, it would again be one of these areas here, just northeast of Turkey, Texas. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Again, that's gonna be southeast of Amarillo, west of Vernon. Once again, pretty much the Texas Panhandle. We still do have a tornado warning back up in Kansas, which is producing a significant threat for hail. It is up to softball-sized hail. Once again, imagine a hailstone the size of a softball being or just imagine somebody throwing a softball and it hits you, right? Like, that softball is going to be falling out of the sky probably at about 70, 80, 90 miles per hour. You don't want to be outside of that sort of stuff. So if you're in this area, you want to make sure that you are staying indoors. That could be very you could get easily injured from hail like that if you're outside on this storm. I mean, it's a significant hailstorm that is currently in progress. And again, we've had 3 separate reports of hail between 3.75 inches to 4.5 inches in diameter. So these have been, again, significant hailstorms here across at least this hailstorm has been significant here in Kansas, just south of Gove City in southeastern Gove County. So, you don't want to be outside in this sort of stuff. That is a massive hailstorm. A very dangerous one, to say the least. All right, here's that tornado warning near Settlement, Weatherly, and Tampico. And if there is still a tornado on the ground, it's going to be in that area there.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
All right, this one, the new one's radar indicated, but we have another area of rotation that we've been watching as well. So we got 3 different areas that we're looking at. This one's for Turkey, Texas. Turkey has already had 3 tornadoes today. 3 separate ones at least. And there's now rotation on the southeast side of Turkey, Texas. So if you're in this pink polygon, you also need to seek shelter away from windows and on the lowest floor possible, and in an interior room of your home or building. It's the area of rotation. No definitive CC drop here. I do think we're going to struggle with getting a CC indication here just due to the fact that we're so far away from the radar site. Any tornado confirmations are probably going to come from people that are reporting them in. Just purely due to the fact, again, this is just so far away from a radar site. But if there is a tornado, again, it's on the southeast side of Turkey. And that'll be moving off to the northeast over the next several minutes. Or actually, sorry, not northeast. Let me check real quick. This might be kind of stationary again. Let's double check. It's kind of moving north. It's a very stationary, strong couplet of rotation. So if that is on the ground or does drop, it's going to be very, very slow moving. Presumably, though, it will be going probably towards Turkey. But anywhere in the pink polygon, again, needs to be in their safe place. These tornadoes are not moving like any specific direction at this point. Here's that latest scan. So now it's kind of moving a little east. I mean, again... These tornadoes are so hard to predict in this environment. I mean, yesterday we had the same issue, but again, if there's a tornado, it could be trying to move north, it could try to move east, it could try to move west, south, it could go any direction. But latest scan showing that moving just the slightest bit to the east now here in Texas. Again, that's near Turkey, Texas. Again, this is in West Texas, the Texas Panhandle, well to the southeast of Amarillo. Creepy clouds in Missouri a while ago? Send me a photo. I can probably tell you what they are. Preferably on Twitter if you do have any photos. Also, we do have a rotating wall cloud on the storm that is back up in Kansas from what I'm hearing. Let me go real quickly back to the Kansas storm. And this is what we're looking at right here. It's gonna be this right here. We also got another one right here, but the other one's the more convincing one. So there's a rotating wall cloud reportedly on the storm that's also producing softball-sized hail. That's again just south of Gove City, and it's going to be approaching Utica and Allen Thrust near Ransom, Kansas. It's a very slow-moving storm. It's a very rural area, but that's what we're looking at right now for that threat. And again, that's near Highway 4. So again, if you're in this warning, continue to stay in your safe place. The tornado warning itself does not include Utica yet, but that would be an area that I would be, staying in your safe place. And again, storm shelter, basement, whatever it is, because that storm is definitely concerning. Still producing hail and wind. Tennis ball sized hail was reported back over near the Hagler area in Nebraska. So that's north of Goodland. That's with that line of storms. Again, this is an area that we've been watching for the last several minutes. We have a confirmed tornado on this storm. That's near Highway 86 by Public. We also have a new area of large and broad circulation that's going to be southeast of Turkey that could still drop a tornado at any time. Once again, these storms are slowly moving to the east. That's the general direction. But if we get a tornado, again, it could go backwards and go west. Yeah, once again, a CC drop indicates debris being lofted up into the atmosphere on radar. Why is it moving so slow? That's just, again, the storm motion. It's so slow today. I mean, if you look at like the upper level winds, the low level winds and stuff, I mean, like there's just nothing steering these storms. That's the problem. So once again, a lot of these storms are just very slow movers. And when we have slow moving storms like this happens sometimes in Texas, but like, these storms that just don't move anywhere. It's very common with flash flooding, and it's also pretty common in Texas, especially when we don't have like a definitive low pressure system. A lot of the time, this happens when there is really no low pressure system nearby that's really organizing this, or at least something that's, again, steering this activity. It has a lot to do with winds, but also low pressure systems. Having an organized low pressure system is crucial also for storm motion. If we don't have that, these storms are just, again, not really going to move much of anywhere unless it's outflow driven activity or something like that, or something that is pushing these storms somewhere too is another thing. And so there are multiple factors to it, but those are like the main 2 or 3. Latest radar scan does show, again, some strong rotation southeast of Turkey, or it's at least strong enough where we could get a tornado. This is now the latest scan. Now it's a little bit broader. Still got strong winds going towards the radar, a little bit weaker going away from the radar. We've had some rotation up here near Highway 86. It's just not nearly as definitive or impressive as what we once had on that storm. But continue to stay in your storm shelter.